So let's continue. Thank you for this presentation, Mr. Xinhua. And we continue sharing use cases and best practices with another inspiring session. Let's go now to a demo session about the process from idea to a multi-telco KYC using AI. For this, we are pleased to have Eran Haggiag, CEO at Glide Identity. Let's welcome. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. How are you this afternoon? Still energized? Yeah? Do you know what's vibe coding? Who know what's vibe coding? No, you don't watch YouTube on AI, huh? So vibe coding is a term from the, I would say, like last 2 months. You know, when all these coding agents started to become popular, you know, Cursor, Windsurf, you know, the post-copilot type of thing, where vibe coding is when you interact with your IDE without writing any line of code, right? So what you do is you tell the IDE what you want to happen, and then it does it. Sometimes it becomes too creative, so it's doing some ideas of its own, and then you just take the error message, give it to him or her, and it iterates. So vibe coding is kind of the future of coding, especially for POCs, weekend projects, and in the future, whole applications, right? So today we can build POCs, even MVPs using vibe coding, not giving any line of code. Has anybody tried that with any of the, oh, yeah, that's great, that's good. What did you write? Wow, amazing, vibe coding that's amazing. Okay, so we're all gonna learn about this. And who never wrote a line of code in his life? Amazing. You would be able to write software now. Okay? So thanks for joining us for this session. So what we are going to do today is KYC match web app in less than 5 minutes. Okay? So KYC match is one of the Open Gateway APIs. It allows you to give a phone number and a list of data like first name, last name, address, date of birth. And you want to know if the holder of this phone is actually that person, right? And the way that this is done is communicating with all the telecom companies. So here we can, we're going to show this with Movistar numbers, but that can work with any number in Spain or any number outside of Spain that implemented the KYC match solution. Okay? So let's move now to the other screen. Yeah, no, this one. Good. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so, yeah, started from Glide Identity. Okay, so, oh, no, internet. Internet is very important for vibe coding as we want to interact with our models. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay, you know, AI couldn't do that, right? Just plug the last piece of thingy into the place. Okay, so now, ideally, we have internet. Okay, first success, So here on the Glide Identity website, you can click and start bidding. Then you get to the documents of Glide Identity. You can also go there through the standard Google Marketplace. So if you just go to Google Cloud, standard GCP, if you don't have an account, create one, get $300 for free, and we will look for KYC. We will get Know Your Customer, Open Gateway, and this is kind of the standard implementation for this. We'll move to my first project, and I already bought this API, otherwise you need to buy it. It takes like 2 minutes, and then we can go to the developer console. So this is one part of what we need to do in order to consume this API. Here we have like a nice portal. We can copy the code, see the usage, get the credential, all that stuff. but we are even too lazy to just copy the code and try to build an app, right? Because we are in vibe coding. So we made our documents kind of AI agent friendly. So this is one of the popular agentic AI tools, Windsurf, you know that one. And basically, I'm going to paste this and say to it, build me a demo, please. Yeah, so just talking to the IDE. Yeah. So now it's going and fetching the documents, and it's understanding, oh, there's something about KYC verification on this quick start, you know, what we're doing. OK, let's start by making a directory, right? So we can put some file in. Makes a lot of sense, right? So we're going to do that, and now it's starting to create. First thing it creates, what it's creating? Front end, right? So we're going to have like an HTML file, what we can expect, like, you know, a form, first name, last name, date of birth, somewhere we can put, you know, our stuff in, right? So yeah, we got it. It created. We got a KYC form. We got a family name, first name, phone, date of birth. Like, okay, that looks like something that can work. What does it do? What it's doing? When submitting, it's going to a service called API KYC and post like a string of this thing. Okay. Let's see what else it creates. It created a server. So here on the server, we can see that this is the definition of this service, the API KYC endpoint, and we have the actual thing. It uses the Glide API SDK. So basically, we can see asking KYC match service for this user, and then doing match with all the parameters we got from the client side. So looks like the AI understood something about what needs to be generated. Now it's doing npm init. What's npm init doing? No. Oh yeah, again the same. Yeah, npm is a package manager, and npm init creates the environment for a Node project. We are using here Node.js. We can do this in Python, in other languages, whatever. Okay, that was created. It created a nice JSON package. So the next thing it's done is doing an npm install and installing the Express, Glide SDK, and .env. .env is a small library that allows us to read the .env file. Why do we need the .env file? Because we don't want to store our credentials in the code, right? We don't want them to be in GitHub. A lot of bad things happen when people did that. So avoid that mistake, right? And then, okay, so we can accept all of that stuff that was created, and then here and here. So that looks good. We even got a nice README file that tells us, hey, go and visit the cloud marketplace and create that and copy something to my .env. So we already went to this link. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. So we have here a small button, .env, a nice thing, copies to our clipboard. We go back to the IDE, go to the .env file, and paste it, okay? So basically that's it. Now it says, let's go and run that in the terminal. So it also runs our code. Node, server.js, open up the server. It's listening in port 3000, and now is stressful moment number 1. Okay, will that work? Let's see. Okay, we got a form. This is already a good start. So AI coded us a nice form. Not the best design. We can ask for an upgrade if we have time. But first name, last name, phone number. So that sounds good. Let's copy one that I have here just to check that I know the information. So I'll put some bogus information here, and it should not work, right? So I verify the identity, it goes to the server, and great! It says no match for name, no match for family name, no match for birthday. That's easy, right? We can write a software like that every day. But now let's go and change the first name into this name. Click again. What do we expect to happen? Yeah, yeah, name match got green. Okay, this is working, but you know, maybe I'm just you know, we can look that these names are not in the code, right? If we go and look. Anyone has a Movistar phone around here? Okay, not much presence of I can show you that here in this server, there is nothing specific about this name, so this is just integrated and working, right? We can take another phone number I got here. This is a friend of ours in Telefonica, Juan Carlos. I'm gonna plug it in here, go here, say Juan Carlos, and hopefully I didn't misspell it. Oh, check failed. Why? Because we put spaces. Yeah? So first let's fix that and see if that works. Verify. Name matches, right? Now we saw this bug. Okay, I didn't plan to do that, but that happened. So we are in vibe coding. Experimental. This already worked, okay? Now let's try another thing here. Let's tell it, try to trim any spaces that you get on the phone number as an input. I don't promise it's going to work, but let's try. We're vibe coding, right? So it says, oh, I'll modify both the front end and the back end for this phone number. We're seeing here it invented this clean phone number idea, right? Let's accept it. Yeah, let's see. And on the front end, he did trim. Yeah, seems legit, right? I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. We just have to set to close our server. So you see, vibe coding, AI see that the server is still running. So stop server. No need to know how to stop it. Killing the process. And then we are going to run. So let's see, running the server, going back here, reloading the page, putting some stuff here, pasting this number. Whoop, 2000. Let's put Juan Carlos here again. Carlos. Verify identity. No, check failed. Yeah. So we've seen that phone number doesn't have the right format, right? So trimming didn't solve the problem, and we can keep iterating with this to try and solve it. For example, we can just tell it, fix the problem, yeah? So this is the idea about vibe coding, that you start a journey, you don't know where you are going to go, and you can try and iterate on any error or any idea that you have, and you can just keep doing this without actually knowing where this is going and get a result. So we'll try one last more time. Anyone has a specific request that you want to change in this application and try to see if it's working? Oh. No. Okay. Let's try one more time. Copying this number, never been tried before. Okay, that failed again. The phone number doesn't have the valid format. So AI didn't manage to solve that problem, but you've seen how it could create the original solution that we wanted, a fully working KYC, working with multiple telcos. So I strongly encourage you to go on our website or on Google Cloud, get into one of the documentation, put it into Windsurf, and start vibing. Okay? Thank you very much.